privileged to be here with the beautiful Emilia Quest. She is the Employer Engagement Manager for Generations Ghana. Emilia, thanks for coming again.
Thank you for having me.
You were here the last time. It was a wonderful conversation, very insightful. We wanted to have more. And I feel like today we would want to have more after this.
I think so too.
That's good to know. So let's look at the unemployment crisis in the country. Would you call it a crisis?
Yes, I would call it a crisis.
So from where you sit,
yes.
How does the numbers look like?
Yes. So I think the best way to start this conversation is how you've opted to start it. We have to look at the numbers.
Yeah.
So 34 million Ghanaians today.
Mm-hmm.
The data suggests that around 27 million of them identify as dependents.
Okay.
So when you look at it at that scale, essentially we have around 27 million depending on 7 million people.
I don't know how to feel about that.
It's scary when you look at it that way, because just put it in the broad quantitative picture, that is huge.
That's very
huge.
That's very huge.
If we go deeper in, if you take your high school classroom, I think that's a good descriptive everyone can attest to. So
how many of them have jobs?
Well, no, we're not working our way to the jobs. We're not at the jobs yet. So let's say a class size of 40.
Yeah.
1 in 6 will enter tertiary and graduate.
Okay.
1 in 6. So in a class of 40, you're looking at 5 people getting into tertiary and graduating.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now,
graduating is even a factor.
Yes.
So they might not even graduate.
No. So only 5 in every class of 40 will meet that criteria. So that's point 1.
Mm-hmm.
Then we come to the universities. So I went to University of Ghana.
Hi.
No, I went to University of Ghana, and my political science class were about 100 people, let's say. Of that number, according to the data, about 10% of them will get a job in their first year after national service. So essentially, today, as a university graduate after national service, only 10% will get a job. That is the fact. So year on year, let's approximate universities are putting out 60,000 every year. 6,000 are getting jobs. The remaining 54,000, according to the data, I would take them up to 10 years to get a job. Up to 10 years.
Up to 10 years.
So cumulatively, if we are having 360,000 people coming out of senior high school, 60,000 will enter tertiary. Tertiary accounting, the TVETs, the polytechnics, all of that. And then you add that to the universities, only 10% will get a job in their first year post-graduation. So year on year, 300,000 high schoolers are not progressing into formal education or formal employment. And same goes for tertiary graduates. And it's a cumulative, compounding and growing data set. So that is obviously something we need to think about. How do we resolve that? So if you look at it in this broad scope, it is a crisis.
Why do you think that's the case? Why do you think unemployment is on a high? Do you have any ideas why this is? Well,
the hypotheses are many. There are a lot of thoughts and ideas around that, but the base ones are the economy just is not producing enough jobs.
Yeah, so it's less demand, like some more supply, less demand.
Yes,
is that a thing?
Well, it's both. I mean, according to the most recent research, Africa loses around 70,000 of highly skilled talent every year to the West. They travel elsewhere to get jobs. Ooh. And then Africa spends around $2 to $4 billion every year to pay expatriates to fill in those gaps.
Oh.
Right?
Is that not more expensive?
It is, actually. But the systems locally are not set up to incentivize people to get well-paid jobs here.
I was jokingly making a statement in the group chat one time, and somebody posted something. I think it was a price, and I was like, it was the price of a vehicle. I think it was around $50,000.
Yeah.
Or $30,000. That's the price of the vehicle.
Yeah.
I was like, that's somebody's yearly salary. And they were like,
no,
how much are you earning for you to think somebody's making that amount?
No, that's not a yearly salary. No. So around for entry-level staffers, and I'm going to approximate using the data we have internally, Today, the Generation Ghana program, we've received around 120,000 plus applications.
Wow, 120,000.
Yes.
Is it for Ghana alone?
Ghana alone. And of that number, these are tertiary graduates, because we have that as a requirement for certain programs. For tertiary graduates, the average pre-enrollment figure, 1,200 cities.
So that's like, if you're saying every year, if you're doing the calculation for yearly,
yeah. And these are tertiary graduates. We have some who are making 600 cities a month.
That's not even
These are tertiary graduates. Exactly. So it's, yeah, that's why they're saying that much. That's a fair question to ask. Yeah, but it's true. Tertiary grads are some of the most highly unemployed demographics. Tertiary graduates, actually, statistically in Ghana, if you have a tertiary degree or certification or whatever without work experience, you are less likely to have a job.
But how do I get the work experience when I'm going to school?
That's also another structural issue, because in other parts of the world, when you say you're looking for entry-level talent, you're looking for fresh out of school, I can train them, whatever. In Ghana, entry-level is 2 years plus. It's 2 years plus experience, and recruiters are going to be on your neck. I need you to have at least 2 years experience, and that is also not a very feasible expectation to have. And so because of that, then I'll pay you 800 cedis a month. We did a bit of data search, just the cost of transportation. If a graduate from our programs is working on site and needs to take the car, just one trolley from his home to work, average cost is between 1,000 to 1,500 cedis a month. So if you're paying somebody 800 cedis a month, that person is severely underpaid and is living under the living wage. For context, the living wage in Ghana is 3,800 cedis.
For somebody who is earning a good amount of money?
For a tertiary graduate. No, like that's entry level, like that's base. You can afford food, rent for a single bedroom, something somewhere.
But how many companies are even paying 3,800?
Less than 20%. Less than 20%. You
need to have like a master's degree and a PhD before you start seeing that money.
Exactly. So
and that's just $400 if you convert it to dollars.
Exactly. So again, people, I saw this thing by Kobe Bougie, and he was like, people in Accra, I don't know, you're doing magic all the time, because
honestly,
how are you paying rent? Honestly, how are you eating? How are you taking care of yourself and your
Somebody
responsibilities?
has 3 kids and a wife
on a 2,000 city salary. It's not sustainable. So people are heavily in debt. The systems also don't make it favorable overall. Loans from a bank, impossible to take without assets. Interest rates are high. So again, the unemployment situation has a lot of variables to it and a lot of factors that influence that. But I think if listeners are tuning in, that this is something they should have in mind as a student, as a parent. We have a lot of young people that when I engage in these situations and I tell them, what is the plan after school? I'm going to do my master's. And I think, did you think about? Because having a master's degree without work experience makes you even less likely to get a job. And so a lot of parents are pushing their children to do things, thinking this will make
I need to do this because I need
an entryway much more accessible to you. But it's not. It's going to make it far more difficult for you. If you decide, okay, I'm going to go into the startup entrepreneur route as well, 80% of startups collapse within the first 18 months. So, again, it's a bit harrowing if you look at it that way. Is it a crisis? I think so. I definitely think so.
I don't even know what to say after hearing this, because like the numbers are very scary.
Yeah.
And seeing as we're always going to produce students, we're doing free education and there's no job after free education.
Yes.
We're doing we're forcing to go to school, and after school there's no jobs. Now we're supposed to be making jobs for ourselves. And all that. The numbers are trying to get to me a little bit, so let's move away from that.
Let's move away from the numbers.
Let's talk about freelancing. I think that's one of the avenues people are looking at now.
Yes.
Thereby getting outsiders to come hire talent from here.
Yes.
to the global markets,
Yes.
making us handicapped in a way.
Yes.
So somebody has gone to school, studied medicine,
Yes.
but now it's into tech,
Yes.
doing computer programming, doing something in IT.
We have engineers,
software engineers, software
nurses,
developers,
all types. Yes.
Then
lawyers.
now they get hired by a foreign client, like Meta comes to pick them up.
Yes.
They've left the country with that medical qualification
Yes.
because me doctor, he need to tell me. People believe that doctors are like big, but they are not making anything in the country, and they have to work several shifts to make up for stuff.
Yes.
What is freelancing?
So freelance, I like to think of it as one of the pathways into jobs. It's just a pathway. It is allowing you to be able to work from anywhere. A lot of people think of it as working from home, but it's not limited to your house.
Home is everywhere.
You can work from any and everywhere as a freelancer.
Right.
So essentially, you are moving from an employee-employer relationship to a task relationship. So I think Workspace Global Sydney Sam put it very succinctly. He said we are moving from projectification to taxification. So essentially, as a freelancer, you Delpy, you are here. Okay, I'm going to be in Rwanda. I need someone to do my videography and so on and so forth. I can just go quickly find a freelancer. I pay that person for the day. I get the edited results. I move on. So you're moving from day-to-day work to task.
Right.
I have a task. I need someone to do that for me. So that's what a freelancer. The freelancer handles key tasks for a client or employer, whatever.
Okay, but you can't just be a freelancer without a skill.
No.
So
And
you need a set of tools, equipment, skills, something somebody will hire you for.
True.
How does it look like from your end? What's like for Generations Ghana? What are some of the skills or talents that pass through you?
Well, we have all sorts, and we encourage all sorts people from all sorts of backgrounds.
So it's mainly tech.
Well, you can have any backgrounds, but so we think of it as tech-based roles and then tech-adjacent roles. So with tech-adjacent, we're thinking about jobs that can be amplified, simplified, enhanced, or empowered using tech.
Okay.
So no matter where you are, even if you're a security guard, we can add some tech somewhere and you could work as a freelancer, right? So how do you leverage all of the paths? Any pathway to work is I think in today's world can be tech adjacent, and so you can find a way to position it as freelance.
So you offer training?
We do.
Okay.
So our program is geared towards supporting people's transition into work. We understand the big picture of what the data is telling us. And so when we arrive in any country, what we try to do is what we call a demand diagnostic. That is a fancy way of saying that what jobs are in demand in this market, right?
Yeah.
And I really wish this was something universities and other training institutions do. Not hating on them, but I think it's a very valuable thing to do. It means that before I launch any program, I want to see, is the market wanting it? So that requires you to sit with stakeholders, employers, recruiters, government partners, and ask them, we are trying to start a program in digital marketing. Does any of your policies lean that way? Is anyone actually interested in hiring digital marketers? What projections are you seeing for demand for digital marketing? And so having those core conversations and then asking them as well, what skills are you looking for? So with skills, we're talking about technical skills, the hard skills, right? We're talking about the soft skills. We call them the BSMs in generation, behavioral mindsets skills. So those ones are the step forward that differentiates a high-performing person from a low-performing person.
Right.
And so when we have all those variables, we use that to create a curriculum before we train. So essentially, what we are training you is exactly what the employers have told us they wanted.
So you're just on your way.
Exactly. So it's a key part of our methodology is that our grads are useful for you from day one. Because you don't have to worry about, I need to teach the person. So let's say these are the tools we use, Salesforce, we use HubSpot. We are training them with that. So now I don't have to train people with that skill set. And then we have the additional value add of teaching them these mindset and behavioral skills like teamwork, how to reflect on work, how to communicate with clarity, with efficiency, and all of that. So they have these compounding skills that make them very viable talent for any organization. And today, I'm very proud to say that 76% of our employers locally say our grads outperform people they've hired through traditional pathways.
That's beautiful.
So that's something we're definitely on the up and up for. But I think the freelance picture is nuanced as well.
Yeah. Oh, yes,
Oh, it's nuanced. I think it's a huge, and I think people should think about transitioning to become freelancers. And there's a huge appetite for it among young people. When you go to these events and I'm speaking to them, they want to become freelancers. They want to work from home. They want that convenience. Exactly.
Gen Z life.
Right, Gen Z life. No. There is that thing. So a lot of times I'm speaking to, well, I'm old now, so I can't say I'm speaking to older people. I'm old now too, so no. But when I'm speaking to them, they can say, "Oh, young people like comfort," and I get that. I get that they grew up with social media. We grew up and got it.
Yeah.
So it's an add-on for us, but they grew up with it. So very different ways of thinking, and I get that plays a role. But I think there's a pro and con to it, and a lot of people are undervaluing or underestimating the pros and the cons. So if you take just 2025 last year, 185,000 tech jobs were lost globally.
Were lost. Disintegrated, like as in lost as in.
So Microsoft, Amazon, all these giants let 185,000 people go.
They lay them off,
right?
Because they don't need those roles anymore. Wow.
And about 27% to 30% of this purely because of AI. So when you say, I want to be a freelancer, you are on the same global marketplace as somebody who worked with Meta, somebody who worked with Google, somebody who worked with Amazon. And you say, I'm just a fresh university graduate, but I want to be a freelancer.
Your chances are very thin.
Very thin. So is it a sustainable pathway? Yes, if you have the right systems and structures in place for it. But you also have to understand that this is like being in a classroom with the entire world, 8 billion people.
Being in a classroom with 8 people was frustrating.
Right. So is it viable? Yes. And the Generation Ghana program has been amazing in setting up freelancers. To date, we have worked with over 180 freelancers just through one of our employment pathways, the Gen Direct program. And our grads cumulatively have made over $100,000. So is it viable? Yes. But you don't get up in the morning and say, I'm going to be a freelancer.
I mean, the $100,000 don't come. Let's check me how far.
Right? So there is ways. So when you set yourself up in a system that allows you and molds you up for it, but don't wake up and say, I'm going to be a freelancer. It's not a recipe for success when you don't have the support and the systems for it.
That's why Generation's Ghana is there.
That's why we are there.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, because if you're going to train me, and you're training me for the job ready skill. Yeah. I think it's more efficient. I was going to ask for some of the challenges that come with freelancing, but you mentioned one of them obviously. Are there other ones?
Oh yes.
That comes with being a freelancer.
So I'm trying to give a very balanced picture to the freelance world because there are huge pros to it, and I feel like sometimes we can hyperfixate on the cons because there are people doing exceedingly well as freelancers. I'd say one of the big pros is that it allows you to work on if you're somebody who's very driven by change. I like to work on different things. I have a desire to work on this project today. Today I'm working with education. Tomorrow I'm working in research. It's a great stimulant. You're able to work on various things. You're also able to tap into more global funding. Like you can get projects that pay if you think some of our grads were at a point making over $3,000 a month, which is more than most people make.
Way more, even for people that are getting paid outside.
And she was an entry-level graduate based in Tamale, right?
Yeah.
So that was a game changer. She was a mother, and she was able to work from home, making over $3,000 a month. That's a huge game changer. So yes, there are huge pros to the system. The cons is the competition is so much tougher in that space, and understanding that as a freelancer or somebody who is very much interested in working remotely, you have to think about things like I will have to do my own negotiation. I will have to do my own sales, marketing, client communication, compared to somebody who's working in full-time work.
Yeah.
Full-time work person wakes up in the morning. All I have to do is come and DJ. Like that is all I have to do that day. That's all I have to do. It's safe and stable. Nothing wrong with people who prefer that, right? But it's far more volatile. You can have days where you have peaks, huge gigs coming in. There are months without gigs. So again, you have to think about all of these things.
I can heavily relate. You know, got to a time where my mom had to give me money for fuel and stuff. Yeah, I can relate.
Yeah. So again, it's the balance. But I think at entry level, if you don't have the support of a system like Generation and such, I would not encourage people to prioritize remote or freelance work. If you don't have a support system, someone you can understudy, shadow, and so on, to really gain that experience and skill set, I would not recommend it. If this is your first time going into corporate, you don't know how to do invoicing, negotiation, contracting, you have no business being a freelancer, right? And so better start off safe, understand the fundamentals in the market by working on site or hybrid. Then when you gain experience, you transition out.
Again, from what you said,
yes,
what do you think are the in-demand tech roles or jobs at the moment, especially in our side of the world? Let's ignore Kenya and Rwanda. Those people are tech hubs. They're in the lead. Let's get Accra.
I think to answer that question, we have to start at where we started this conversation.
Right.
Our economy is just not currently providing enough opportunities. So if you also limit yourself, you're also not doing yourself any favors.
Mm-hmm.
In Africa, like you rightly said, Kenya, South Africa, Egypt, Morocco, they are huge outsourcing destinations at the global stage.
Okay.
Right now, organizations like BOSAG, the Ghana BPO Association, is definitely working towards making Ghana that hub as well in West Africa. Even Nigeria is a huge tech hub. It's huge. Exactly. But they also have a huge unemployment challenge there.
Very.
Exactly. So again, trying to center these things in and coin it together in one picture. I think people have to look beyond Ghana.
Okay.
That I think is the way you should start. How do I position myself beyond Ghana? And how do I look at, let me give a good example. One of our BPO employers told us we want talent who can speak one international language in addition to English.
Spanish, French.
We went to some of these language schools and stuff, and they're like, I want to work with the UN or the AU. And I was like, how many translators do you think the UN is hiring every year? Right now, there are AI tools that can do that.
You're hard, you know.
So the goal is, I have this skill set. How can I market it? We have very definite ideas of, I want to be a lawyer, I want to be a doctor, but where's the market headed? And how do I position myself to be able to swim with the wave, with the tide rather? Yeah.
So that's. Would you say that there are like the freelancing scape or the job freelancers do is in a way going to help curb or reduce unemployment?
Yes.
Drastically.
Well, drastically is related to timelines.
Right.
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 It's related to
how long
timelines.
can this go on?
Well, yes. Being responsive to where the market is heading. Like I said at the beginning, employers in Ghana say entry level, they mean 2+ years experience. Because of AI today, tasks that I expected for you to take a week to do, you can do in a day or even less. So employers' barrier to entry is getting up and up. It's not going down.
No.
So you coming out of a tertiary institution, you have to be a specialist even to get your first job.
Ooh. Very.
Right? Just to get in, you have to be a specialist. What AI certifications do I have?
None.
What AI skills can I leverage? Do I understand how to use Google Word, Google Sheets, Doc, Microsoft Word? You'd be shocked. A lot of young people don't know how to do this.
Yeah.
They don't know how to use Excel, Power. I'm not saying this. I'm just trying to point out that the education, you have to also own your education. Is essentially what I'm trying to say.
I'm actually a victim to this, honestly, because I've never really. I've always said I don't like Excel. So it's not like I don't want to learn it. It's just what's all this? Why do I have to do this? So I've known. Like I'm honest. I just white flag. I am definitely a very bad person for not doing that. But yeah, please go on.
It's good. No, I don't claim to be an aficionado myself. No, but understand how to use them. They are so important. So important. Right now, there's something called vibe coding. Just put it.
I've actually built platforms with vibe coding. Yeah.
Right. So more and more people you're going to become obsolete in certain ways. So how do you then position yourself? So I think, is AI coming for jobs? Yes, but AI is coming for jobs of people who are not willing to work with it. That's the bottom line.
Simple.
If you're willing to work with it, it's not coming for your job.
And I tell people this every time. Like, the AI is not going to just come. I mean, unless it's a strong AI, which, like the Ultron robots and stuff, which is different. It's not going to just come to your workplace and then take your job.
No.
People are going to use it to take your job. Someone who has the technical know-how on how to use that tool or that platform will use that to take your job.
Yes.
So maybe you'd have to just up your game. Take an AI course, prompt engineering, learn how to work with AGIs, agents. There's a lot. You know.
I think as well, it's also a bit of behavior, because young people are also trying to respond to the market. That's the Gen Z thing. They're also trying to respond to the market. So when I'm preparing, so as part of our program, we do interview readiness training with our talent. We do 3 of them in the classroom. And so we were talking to them and I asked you, what's your salary expectations for this role? How would you answer that question? 4,000 cities. Like, my sister in Christ.
Are you worth 4,000 cities?
Who should do the suit to pay you this 4,000 at the end of the month?
Yeah.
What value are you bringing? You say, a lot of people underappreciate that you have to learn in order to be, you position yourself of value, then you'll be valued. You didn't just get up one day and then you're a Delpy. You put in work in the background. You did things.
Yeah, the amount of electrical shocks. I've been electrocuted so many times trying to set up the lights.
Yes, you pay your dues. But a lot of young people want out of the gates. I remember I told one of my grads, you're matching you to this employer, you have to show up and do the interview. If you pass, the employer's already told us they're paying you this amount. Then this young lady gets there and then the employer asks, what's your salary expectation? She says 7,000 cities. It's like, woman.
Yeah. Bold. Very, very bold.
7K.
I like that.
You have 0 work experience.
Right.
Where does the value equal what you're asking in compensation?
You're not coming to learn.
So I give my grads a formula. What is the market rate for this role?
Guys, if you're listening, please take notes of this. It's very important. If you're ever going to apply for a job, pen this down.
Yes.
You heard it's only on Z101.9 FM from the beautiful Daily Quest. Please go on.
No, so the formula for how to answer the salary question. What is the market value for this role? That's 1. Number 2, how did I perform at the interview? Equal the number.
Okay, so you ask yourself these questions. Or you ask there.
No. You ask yourself these questions.
Okay.
So some people have bombed the interview from A to Z. Then I ask you salary expectation, you say 7,000. Hey, I'm sorry.
Qualified.
It's some of the most annoying things to me. You don't even. I tell them all the time. At the end of the interview, you owe me for my time to sit here this 30 minutes to listen to you. You will pay me for making that available.
You're supposed to convince me to want to hire you.
Yeah, but you see, again, I'm going to move a slightly off topic to talk about interviews.
I think we need a full segment for interviews too.
I think we need a
interview training. We'll do that.
Yes.
But go ahead, please.
So on the interview side, the way I tell grads is that when you are out looking for a job, think about it like you're going to a nightclub.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's a good example.
Yes. Think about it like you're going to a nightclub. All right. 30 December has come up. Someone's giving you a ticket to a Stoneboy concert. Yeah. And then happening at Conference Center, 8 p.m. The following day is a Burna Boy concert. Same venue. Can you use that Stoneboy ticket to go to that Burna Boy?
No, definitely not.
But it's the same venue, isn't it?
The same venue.
No. So we have found you jobs and we've shared them to you. And then you take the same CV. You don't edit it. And then you bring it and you expect the employer to.
Oh, yeah. Good.
Right?
There's no tweaks to match.
Right. So employers, when they put out job descriptions, they put it out based on their needs. If you read how to read a job description, is the most important things to them will always be in the first 3 lines. We want somebody who can this, that. So make sure that you pick those power words, and those power words are in your CV. Don't let it be on the last page of your CV. Who has the time to go and look for that?
They're not going.
Put that at the forefront so they can see. I'm looking for someone to spearhead community leadership. Your JD, first portion, spearheaded community leadership for this. It aligns. For every one job that is posted in Ghana, recruiters are getting on average 500 applications.
Okay.
In Nigeria, it's 5,000. In the UK, it was 70 for every one job. And then last year, they hit 140 and they said it was a crisis.
Imagine what Nigeria is dealing with.
They said it was a crisis.
Wow.
Right? So 140, they said was, so we're getting 500. Yeah? It's huge. And so look at it from the recruiter's point of view. You want a job and you've named the CV my CV. It's not your name. It's not Emilia Dedequist my CV. No. The CV name is my CV.
There's no effort.
How am I supposed to find your CV in a pile of 500?
Wow. So it's like extreme sifting, and if you're not very detailed, it's very specific.
So you have to think about every single part of the process.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And to be able to shortlist is going to take, on average, it takes recruiters between 6 to 12 weeks to finalize a role. That's a lot of time and effort for them. So it's putting in so much work. So make their work simple. Your name, the job you're applying to. When they go in, you've read their CV. You have tailored your CV to match. They invite you for an interview. Tell me about yourself. Then you answer in 3 sentences. My name is, my date of birth, I was born, I am married, I have children. I'm like, who cares? I'm sorry. I get very passionate about this thing. Who cares about all these things you're telling me?
Yeah.
I want your professional summary. What can you tell me about yourself? My name is Esther Mensah. I'm a graduate of the University of Ghana, and I hold a degree in communications.
Yeah.
Over the last 4 years, I've been working in front-facing roles with brands like ABC Financials, Ubiquity, and this. That's your intro.
That's all.
Come to your... No, that's the intro.
That's the intro. Okay. Sure.
Working with ABC Financials, my role was geared towards supporting customers with all aligned to what is in their JD.
Yeah.
At Ubiquity, I did blah, 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 blah. At CCI, I did blah, 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 blah. So you've now given them instances and to show that this thing you want, see, I've done it at all these places. So great, I'm a fit. Outro. I think I'm a great fit for this role because I think I'm uniquely placed. My experiences align with what you need. And I think that I also, as a professional, I'm very much driven to and attracted to organizations who are prioritizing growing with people at the heart of what they do. And as a communications professional, I think I'll be a great value add to your team.
Simple.
You've answered, tell me about yourself. For me, goal is 3 minutes. If you speak less than 1 minute, you've said nothing. If you speak longer than 3 minutes, you're trying to put me to sleep. So it's a fine balance.
Okay.
That you're trying to aim for. And that's just in interviews. And then people show up and then you've bombed your way through everything.
And then now you want 7,000 CDs. You want 10,000 CDs.
To who and where?
Yeah.
Sorry, my gas self is coming.
Yeah, we needed that energy. All too soon. We have to wrap things up. But I'm going to give you like a few more minutes, 1 or 2 minutes, just to advice for people who want to go into the tech space, for anyone who wants to join Generations Ghana, how they join, what are the requirements, and how they can reach you guys. And an advice to anyone who's out there looking for a job. I know you've done a lot of advice these days, but for anyone who is unemployed and is hoping to go into either freelancing or get employed pretty soon, what would you tell them to as well?
I would say that if you don't know how to use the basics, which are all of the Microsoft 360 tools, Excel, Word, PowerPoint, these are basics. You should know how to use them. If you don't have an AI certification, this is the time for you to prioritize one. The barriers to entry for you as an entry-level professional has never been higher than it is today, and it's not slowing down. But you're also at a very good time in history because AI is what I'm thinking of as the great equalizer.
Yeah.
The way we are confused about AI is the way people in the US and the UK are confused about AI.
Why?
So we are all at the same leveled playing field. And so you don't have to do too much. And right now, a lot of programs and organizations are running these programs for free. So learn how to use them. Go and get a certificate or two.
I think Google has one for free.
So many of them. So, and Google even has their AI lab here in Accra.
Yeah.
Go do something. Find out ways to better yourself. So that'll be one. Number two is understand the employment process. You dress for the job you have, you want, not the job you have. If you want to get into a space and earn a certain bracket of money, you need to understand what it takes to get into that room and how to keep yourself in that room. And so do not come with your assumptions that the fact that I come out with a tertiary degree, I'm going to get a job. Yeah. That is not true.
Okay.
Right? And three, be realistic in your expectations.
Yeah, 7,000 regarding.
Be realistic
7,000
in your expectations.
Yeah.
So really understand. Don't go and say, I've done research. I'll ask you personally, because I'm very much data. I'll ask you, what is your source? You are telling me 7K. Where did you do that market research? Give me your source to tell me that.
Give me numbers.
Exactly. So again, be very clear in your expectations and have genuine conversations with yourself. What am I good at? What can I do? And how can I leverage tech to get in there? And I think you'll be successful.
Great. So how can we find you?
Find me on LinkedIn. I'm Ladide Quest on LinkedIn. GenerationGhana.org. Ghana.generation.org is our website. And you go to Learners. You can find all the programs we are currently running. Our programs are geared people age 18 to 35. Some of them are open to high school grads. The vast majority, just because of what the employers have asked for tertiary grads. But we are always expanding our entry bracket.
I hope it's not free.
It's free.
It's free.
100% free.
Yes. So I can live for free and get a job.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
You guys should take advantage of this. Ghana.generations.org.
Org. Yes.
Thank you so much, Teddy, for coming.
Too.
We'll have to do this again and then we'll go deeper into interviews. But unfortunately, we have to end it now. Thank you once again for coming. All too soon, that has been it. It's a wrap for today's program. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something new. Your expectations, reduce it when you apply for jobs. Okay, it's 7,000, 8,000, 10,000. You gotta know where that you are going to charge that. Anyway, that's it for today's segment. Hopefully to hear from you guys again soon. Next week, Wednesday, from 2:00 p.m. all the way down to 3:00 p.m. I'm out.
Lakeside Estate is calling all business owners, institutions, and HR heads. Want to give your employees more than just a paycheck? Give them a place to call home. At Lakeside Estate, we're making it easy for companies to support your staff with beautiful lifestyle choice and affordable homes through flexible payment plans, staff financing, and mortgage options. Whether it's a 2-bedroom starter home, 3 bedrooms, or a spacious family home, Lakeside Estate has the perfect package for your team. Strong structures, modern finishes, and a vibrant community all are waiting. Let's partner together to give a lifetime value for your staff. Call our sales expert on 050-141-8622 or 050-859-8931 or visit lakesideestate.com. Lakeside Estate, quality homes for all.
In our quest to redefine modern living, Lakeside Estate proudly unveils a new wave of innovation and elegance. Introducing the all-new Starfish, our redesigned 3-bedroom home crafted for today's modern family. Step into a space where functionality meets finesse. The Starfish features spacious layouts, sleek contemporary finishes, and sits within one of Accra's most secure and master-planned communities. Enjoy more living space, a walk-in closet in the master bedroom, a modern fitted kitchen, and generous room sizes, all designed with your family's comfort in mind. Whether you're settling down or making a smart investment, the Starfish offers refined elegance, outstanding value, and long-term peace of mind. With a generous plot size of 60 by 100 feet, there's plenty of room to grow, including ample parking space. Choose the redefined Starfish, where modern living truly begins. Call our sales experts today on 020-477-5040 or 020-477-5042 or visit www.lakesideestate.com. Lakeside Estate, Quality homes for all.
Yo, what up, what up? You already know I go by the name Lyrical Joe. My people call me the Beast, and right now, you're listening to ZFM. Keep it locked, don't sleep. Beast.
Hi guys, it's your girls Lali X Lola, and you are listening to Highway 1019.
You're tuned in to 101.9 FM. Z, your lem, 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 Z.